Once upon a time, in the quiet town of Willowbrook, there lived two lovers named William and Veronica. Their love was passionate and intense, like the flames of an inferno burning brightly within their hearts. But as the days turned to months, and the months to years, it became clear that their passion had grown too hot to bear, consuming them both in its fiery embrace. And so they found themselves entangled in a web of deceit and betrayal, their lives forever changed by the darkness that had once consumed them. As William sat alone in his cell, lost within the labyrinthine corridors of his own mind, he could not help but think back to those halcyon days when love had burned so brightly between him and Veronica. But now all that remained was regret and sorrow for the lives they had so callously destroyed. Veronica, too, found herself haunted by memories of a time when their hearts had beat as one, their passion a force to be reckoned with. Yet it was this very passion that had led them down a path from which there could be no turning back. In the quiet hours between night and day, they would speak to one another across the vast chasm that had once been their connection. The words they shared were no longer those of love and passion, but rather those of remorse and sorrow for the lives they had so callously destroyed. It was during one such conversation, as the first light of dawn began to filter through the bars of their cell, that Veronica made a startling confession. She revealed that she had been unfaithful to William in the months following their arrest, her heart still longing for the touch of another after the passion between her and William had all but extinguished. As the words hung in the air between them, like the ghostly remnants of a long-forgotten memory, William felt a surge of emotion that threatened to shatter the fragile calm they had both come to rely upon. He told Veronica that he could no longer be a part of her web of deceit and betrayal, that he needed to find some semblance of peace in his life before it was too late. With a heavy heart and tears in her eyes, Veronica agreed to end their affair once and for all, knowing full well that this would be the last chance she had at love amidst the darkness of her own desolation. And so, with a final whispered goodbye, they parted ways, each destined to face the consequences of their actions alone. In the years that followed, William Carter and Veronica Foster would both serve out their sentences in silence, their hearts forever scarred by the darkness that had consumed them. As they stood before the gates of the prison on the day of their release, one could not help but wonder what lay ahead for these two souls so deeply wounded by their own desires. For it is often said that love can be a fickle and capricious mistress, her favors bestowed upon us only to be taken away just as quickly. And in the end, it was this cruel dance of passion and betrayal that had led both William and Veronica down a path from which there could be no turning back. As they stepped out into the sunlight, their lives forever altered by the darkness that had once consumed them, one thing remained certain, that love, like life itself, could be a fleeting and ephemeral thing, leaving us lost in its shadows if we dare to venture too far within its depths. The end!